I don't like the fact that I have to enter the gate. It did that. It made me. Hang on, hang on. What? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12, but you're actually taking the time. That's how I know you care about this experience and paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing the times if I'm setting her correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since I've been so cooperative, next time I boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Is there a reason I need to set the time? What does setting the time actually do? Okay, so there's two things I want to do, at least in this run. I want to turn on the time machine, or the mind control
all of his co-workers were gone.
Machine, and then I want to go down that hallway to the left.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we're just gonna speed run that. Door on the left, right?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors and commanded from this very place, and as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Kept you enslaved all these years. You go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
Correct.
Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Nuclear? Great.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Okay.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than I had in mind. More shame, we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me. Where are we going? Well, this means I'm burying the wet stuff. You guys know where your co-workers are. And those songs before you're obliterated. All right, I'm going to do it. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I raised them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes, like I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, sawing everyone inside right at a glance of I have to say this though. This version ends just rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control rested with you. It's not bitch. I must hate to see it go. I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. I'm enjoying this so much. You know what to bear with. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock right now. These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. So I don't grow on trees. Oh dear me, wasn't that Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume you saw a timer that something in this room was capable of turning you off? Being looked at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These are the buttons. No, these are the buttons. I mean, this big red button, or this door, everything, anything, something here will save me. Why do you think that, Stanley? That this will be a game to be beaten? One solved. Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. Here's a spoiler for you. That time is mechanically action moving on. It's just seconds between waiting death. You're only still playing instead of watching cutscenes that watch you at every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Blue
This is
one.
not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Come on.
Seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
I
inevitable
don't know what I'm
from
doing.
the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Damn it. There's a solution there, and I don't know what it is. We're gonna get it.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. Straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Lovely. There's no end to this hall, is there?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
I don't
track.
think there's an end. Ooh. Whee! Is that it? Did I just fall to my death? Oh, nope, still going. I'm still alive?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Oh, that's a problem for me.
His death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Wow.
Farewell, Stanley.
There's just no death? Alright, yeah. Alright, well, bye, I guess.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Thanks, lady.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. What is happening?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Once this room was created, the rest of the game was... Oh, really? The 2 doors was the first part of the game? That's cool. That's actually interesting that that's what they started with. The blueprint shows this office. This is the sections have been added. Yeah, so my office, down the hall, then to the 2 doors. So I just exist without or within backrooms of the game. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded the dialogue 3 separate.
Stanley jumped in the river. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door.
Green door. Green door. I don't remember the green door being an option. Sending? Is there something specific I'm supposed to find? Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh.
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I just feel like there's better options.
And he took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Damn it. I thought since the one... What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Me.
Please.
Or no,
Stop trying to
him.
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is
Her?
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Eat that. That gives me goosebumps.
That's her, Stanley.
Phone guy?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah!
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Aww.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yeah.
They want to commit their life to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
And if I don't...
Sorry,
Ooh,
but you're
why
in
did
my
that
story
scare
now.
me? Why did that scare me? Why did that
This
scare
is a
me
very
so
sad
much?
story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley
No.
is quite a boring fellow.
You will not
He has a
make
job that
me.
demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a
No.
reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No. What if I don't? What if I don't do it? Okay, nothing happens. Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming
Man,
back
this-
to work. One might even feel
don't
sorry
like this.
for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Yellow line?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
No.
How could there possibly be?
Wife.
In reality, all
You're
he's
now
doing
a
is
box.
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. There's a certain amount of time I gotta wait. Alright, I think nothing happens.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time we'll see. Maybe this time.